You still feel like you have to convince people of your value so that they buy from you? You know that your clients get really amazing results when they work with you. So, why is it that no matter how much content you put out and how much knowledge you share, people just still don't seem to get it? And you really care about the people that you are serving. And deep down, you're really hoping that how much you care is going to eventually equate to how much money you make. But that hasn't quite been the case. You started your business because you know that you are made for more. You know that God has an assignment for you here on this earth. And so you want to have more impact and make more money. And those are all beautiful reasons to have a business. But when it comes to making more money online, what matters the most is your audience knowing that you can help them. Now, right now, you probably think that you're showing them that you can help them by telling them your knowledge and sharing about the things that you know. But the only reason why you've been doing that is because you're so good at what you do. You have the knowledge. And honestly, the school system trained us to be that way. They trained us to just prioritize and have so much emphasis around our knowledge and what we know. So in your 9 to 5 job, for example, you're doing a task, you're good at it, but you've never been responsible for bringing in the client or bringing in the customer. You are just doing your job. But now that you have your own online business, you are the business. So you have to generate the client, you have to generate the customer. And that isn't done through your knowledge. So you've just taken the thing you're good at and tried to make it your marketing. But that's not really how this works. What you really need to do is create a connection between what you know and a problem in the marketplace and who you solve that problem for. So if you want to go from knowing a lot and being so smart to actually being able to make more money, I'm going to give you 3 things that you're going to need to have in place so that you can do this. So the first thing is package your knowledge. Now, why do I use the word package? Let's think about packaging for a second. Packaging is a covering. So think about when somebody gives you a gift. You don't know what's inside, but what are you oohing and awing at to begin with? The packaging, right? The packaging makes you feel some kind of way, kind of gives you the warm and fuzzies. You're like, oh my gosh, the packaging. I'm sure you've even said, because I have totally said it, wow, this is really great packaging. I don't even want to tear this open. Why? Because it's wrapped so nicely and you have no idea what's inside. It could be empty, it could be coal, right? But you have no idea what's inside. Why is it that parents crush up medication and then put the spoon in applesauce and then give it to their child? Packaging, right? You want what is on the outside to be appealing to the person that you are giving it to. Knowledge is not appealing to the person that you are serving. But what is appealing is you being able to solve their problem, them being able to see a solution to a problem that they've been wanting and already desire to solve, probably for a really long time. So the child doesn't want the medication, they want the applesauce. The person, yes, they might want the gift that's on the inside, but they're like so enamored by the packaging. I want you to think of it like this. Imagine that your knowledge is inside of a box. One box is wrapped in crisp white paper with a gold bow, and the other box is wrapped in newspaper. Which one would you go for? Which one has more value in its packaging? The white paper with the gold bow, because you're like, wow, that's so amazing. So this is the difference between coming online and sharing your knowledge about how good water is for you versus saying, hey, drinking more water has actually been connected to having clearer skin. Now the person who's having troublesome skin is like, oh, this makes sense. I have to drink more water. But no one wants to be educated about water. It's pretty well known that you should just drink more water, right? Our body is 85% water. But the person who's struggling with their skin is now more inclined to drink more because they recognize a correlation because you brought that to their attention. So your ability to package your knowledge goes a long way. And you probably have heard people say, you know, make more profits from your passion or turn your knowledge into income. What you need to understand is that that knowledge needs to be linked to a problem that somebody already wants solved. So going back to the water example, you can share all of the things about water and what it does inside the body, but if you don't link it back to something someone cares about, then they're likely not going to pay attention to it. I've often heard if you want to give a child a carrot, dip it in chocolate, right? To get them to eat it. It is the packaging. So the second thing you want to do is you want to position your content. So you want to speak to the group of people that you are serving, and you want to be descriptive, and you want to speak the language that they are speaking. You want to break down any jargon that you might use, any big word that you might use that they probably don't understand. I want you to think of it like this. There is what you know, and it's what they know. And so if you just talk to them about what you know, then they're like, wow, this person's really smart. Wow, this person knows a lot. But they're not going to make the connection that your knowledge is going to solve their problem. But the only reason why you're thinking that right now, like I said, is because we've been trained to think that there's importance on our knowledge. And yes, our knowledge is important. But if you're going to be in business and make more money online, you've got to be able to connect the dots for the person that's buying from you. Because now you're responsible for bringing in your client, bringing in your customer. Whereas before, you weren't responsible for doing that. So it's not enough to just be good at the thing you do and serving people and solving a problem. You've got to put a packaging around it so that you can position it appropriately in your content and in the marketplace. So Brendan Kane, he's the author of a book called Hook Point and 1 Million Followers. He said something I love so much. He said, just because it's easy to create content, everyone thinks it's easy to profit from it. And let's be real, there's a lot of content out here. I'm sure you're scrolling your feeds and you're like, content after content after content. So anyone can put content out. You can take a picture of your cat or your dog, and it's great and beautiful, and people love cats and dogs. And I take a lot of pictures of the sunrise and the sunset, but it doesn't do anything for my audience, right? And so you might say, like, here are all the 10 tips that you might need, but somebody's not looking for 10 tips, because here's the thing, they can Google those 10 tips. It's your job to position it in a way that they connect it to the problem that they have. So you got to be clear on who you help and how you help them so that you can really be positioned in the marketplace. The third thing is you want to profit with a system. And so are you just getting started? Maybe you're just having conversations in the DMs. You've got a couple people reaching out to you. Maybe you're doing some outbound outreach where you're connecting with people. And so now you have a system of how you're bringing people into your world and taking them from a lead, somebody who's just interested, to somebody who actually wants to buy. And so you might be starting that way. Or maybe you're at the position where you've already created the product and now you need to have a landing page and a website in place in order to take people through a system, a funnel, if you will, to be able to convert that lead into a buyer. So you offer them something for free, which is called a lead magnet, that helps them get a very quick win, a quick result that actually shows them that you can help them. And then they're on your email sequence, and now you can sell to them through your email. But somebody who's just getting started may or may not be at that phase. You might just be a little bit nervous, and maybe you're like, I'm just going to have a couple conversations, might be talking to some people, and you might convert that lead into a sale right in the DMs, which a lot of sales happens in the DMs. But as you continue to grow, as you start getting your websites up and your landing pages up and your opt-in pages up and all of those fancy things, now you've got a system. You've got a lead magnet that solves a problem for your people, and then they opt in for that, and then you're now able to sell to them further on the back end. So you want to have a system in place that brings in the profit, because you can't just be creating the content. You got to have something that's now going to convert this person into a lead. So for example, on this YouTube channel, this is a system, if you will. So if you look in the description box, you're going to see links there where you can buy something from me. You could also grab something for free. So you can see that this is now a system that is put in place to build my business, to continue to help and serve all of you. right? And so this is a system that you can have. If you look at Instagram, people say, click the link in my bio, or people click the link in your bio without you even having to tell them, right? If people are consuming you enough because they like what you're putting out, well, they're going to go searching around to go buy something from you. They're going to see what else you have. But every time you try to like get sale this way and get a sale this way and get a sale this way, it's like, well, okay, what is the system? What is the system you're going to use so that it becomes repeatable? So sales are not sporadic. And so as you grow in business, your systems are also going to change. And so now that I'm expanding my YouTube channel, this is a new system for me, right? But before it was Instagram, Facebook, and a landing page and my website. So I've got various systems happening, but all of that is automated, meaning I don't need to go and do anything. People find me if I'm on a podcast. They find me if I'm on someone else's YouTube channel. They find me when I'm on virtual summits. And so my links are there. So now they opt in, they grab something that's going to help them with their business or their personal development. And now they're on my email list. And so they are going to receive emails from me where I might sell them something. I might offer them a program. I might share more tidbits of information that's going to help them have a transformation, have an aha moment, not sharing with them something that they can just Google, right? So you want to package, position, and profit. You want to package your knowledge. You want to position your content. You want to profit with a system. If you have these 3 P's in place, you will make more money. You've got to break the cycle of just sharing your knowledge. You've got to convert that knowledge into a way that it solves a problem for people. And that has been the missing link for you in being able to make more money. And then now you can position it well through your content, and now you can have a system for you to profit from. So share this video with somebody that you know could also benefit. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and drop it in the comments. Which of these 3 P's do you need to focus on the most? And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.